Hello everyone, welcome to Marketing Video Lecture Series. We have been discussing various topics on marketing management. In the last video lecture, we talked about how to set product strategy. Now we are going to discuss the pricing strategy. Let us begin. In this module, we are going to discuss three topics: psychology in pricing, setting the price, the six-step method, and price adaptation strategies. So now let us discuss the psychology and pricing. Basically, psychology has to do with consumers' perception about the price. Whether consumers perceive price as very high, as fair, or low. Now, that is the reason it is very important to understand how they build this price perception. There are three key important points: reference prices, price quality inferences, and price endings. Let us understand each one of them. Reference prices. Here consumers compare an observed price with internal reference price that they remember or external frame of reference. Many times consumers remember, maybe from the past purchases or their memory, that the price of this kind of product or this category of product has to be like this, which serve as internal reference price. Sometimes when consumer looks at some advertisement and understands that the price of the product is this, then this particular figure or the price printed on either label or in the print ad or on television ad, it acts as an external reference. So these two references are there, and that is how consumer compares the actual price with these two reference price and builds the perception. The second point is price quality inferences. Now, many consumers use price as an indicator of quality. Therefore, they perceive that if the prices are high, quality has to be better. Normally, when consumers go for purchasing fruits, vegetables, grains, certain commodities, the perception is that if higher the price, better the quality. The third point in deciding the consumer's perception about price is price endings. Many marketers understand this, and therefore they believe that prices should end in a non-rounded number. Normally, because consumers tend to process price from left to right, and therefore you must have observed the pricing like this, that certain price of a product might end as 9. So the price ending such as 16,999 for Motorola Fusion 1 Plus smartphone gives a perception to consumers that the price is not 17,000, it is less than that. So these three important points are very important in understanding how psychology is related to pricing. Now let's move on to the next topic in this module, that is how to set the price, basically the six-step process. It starts with selecting the pricing objectives, determining the price, estimating the cost, analyzing competitors' offers, selecting a pricing method, and selecting the final price. These six steps are actually followed sequentially to understand and to set the price of a product or a brand. Now let us understand this six-step process one by one, step by step. The first step, selecting the pricing objective. Before setting the price, a firm must set the objective. That what are the objectives of setting a particular price? It may be survival, it may be maximum current profit, it may be maximum market share, or maximum market scheming, or product quality leadership. Now see, what is a survival? In difficult times, when demands are not up to the expectation, companies might actually feel that let us actually survive this difficult time and set the price in such a manner that even if there is no profit, at least we do not make a loss. And sometimes even they also have to make losses. So that is the objective is survival, that come what may, we have to survive this difficult time. Second objective could be maximum current profit. It is not about long-term profit, current profit. Normally, when companies are marketing certain high-tech products where technological obsolescence is very fast, they actually tend to set this objective and try to maximize the current profit rather than profits in the future. The third objective is different. Here, profit is secondary. The objective is to maximize the market share. And for that matter, many companies even set the price low. Even sometimes they would like to make losses. We have seen in Indian online retailers market cases where firms are actually burning cash. They basically, why they want to burn the cash? Because they want to grab the maximum market share, right? In fact, in the telecom scenario, Reliance Jio when entered, the objective was to maximize the market share, and therefore it even gave the customers kind of offer for 6 months, 6 months free usage of the mobile telephony of Reliance Jio connection, right? So these are the objectives based on which companies have to set the price. The second step, determining the demand. In fact, price is an important determinant to demand, right? Why? Because there are two important points, price sensitivity of buyers and price elasticity of demand. We'll understand in a while what is price sensitivity of buyers and price elasticity. But before that, let us understand that demand actually sets the ceiling for the price. It means that you cannot go beyond a particular price. If prices increase beyond a point, the demand starts collapsing and sometimes it becomes very, very less. So now let us understand the price sensitivity of buyers. Buyers may be price less sensitive if the product has a less substitute, or buyers do not notice the high price, or buyers cannot change their habit quickly, or product is to be used for something bought earlier, or buyers cannot store the product. Say for example, it is very very difficult for us to store petrol, fuel, diesel, right? So we cannot afford to be sensitive about that price. If we talk about habits, sometimes consumers are habituated with using a particular brand of product, and in that case consumers becomes less price sensitive. For example, habit of drinking a particular brand of tea. Here of course it's loyalty also, but when consumer cannot change that habit, consumer cannot afford to be price sensitive. The third step, estimating cost. A firm has to determine various cost components, the fixed cost, variable cost, total cost, and arrive at the final total cost. Now, as we said in the earlier case, demand sets the ceiling, the cost sets the floor for setting the price, right? You cannot go below cost. For sometimes it is alright, but in the long run, no firm, no marketers can afford to sell their products lower than the cost price. So this is the third step. The fourth step is analyzing competitors' offer. It is also very important to understand the offering, the price of the competitors in the market. Now, generally it has been observed that most of the firms attempt to match competitors' offers. They go with the competitor's price a little bit up or down, but they generally try to match competitors' price, especially the late entrants. The very important step of setting the price is selecting a pricing methods. A company has about 6 options available, out of which company has to choose a particular pricing method that suits their objectives and their products, their brands and their competitors. They are markup pricing, target return pricing, perceived value pricing, going rate pricing, and auction type pricing. Let us discuss each one of them with the help of examples. Markup pricing. Now, when we say markup, it is also known as margin. It is added on the cost of the product by using this particular formula, where markup price is equal to unit cost divided by 1 minus desired markup on sales. Therefore, for example, cost of a product is, let us say, rupees 100, and a company wants to achieve a desired markup of 20% on sale. In this case, unit cost will be 100 rupees divided by 1 minus 0.2, 20%, 1 minus 0.2, therefore 0.8. Therefore, 100 divided by 0.8 becomes 125 rupees, right? Now, if you again calculate 125 rupees as your sales price, put 20% markup on that, or calculate 20% markup on that, it will be 25 rupees. So your 125 rupees minus 25 rupees margin, that again comes back to a cost, that is rupees 100. So I hope you understand how to set markup price. The second method is target return pricing. Here the objective of the firm is to generate target return on investment, and therefore this formula is used. Target return price is equal to unit cost plus into bracket desired ROI multiplied by total investment divided by unit sales. Using this formula, a firm can calculate the price which help them generate the targeted return on investment. The next method is perceived value pricing. Now here perceived value depends on buyer's image of product performance, the channel deliverables, customer support, seller's reputation and trustworthiness. Now all these factors actually contribute to build the image of the marketer or the brand or the sellers. Therefore, buyers, when create an image of the brand, based on this, consumers also create a perceived value in his mind. And this particular perception, which is given by the marketers by way of their image or by building image in consumers' mind, helps them set a particular price. If, for example, product performance is high, channel deliverables are better, highly satisfactory, there is a great customer support, in this case, the marketers are able to set a premium price, a higher price. The next is value pricing. Now here value pricing basically refers to setting a lower price. And some companies actually prefer to set a fairly low price for a reasonable quality product. We have seen in case of DMart, it follows the strategy of value pricing, offers minimum 7% discount on every product, and in certain cases it goes beyond 30-40% also. So this is everyday discounting that DMart follows, and this method is called value pricing. Then comes the going rate pricing. Here price is set considering the competitors' prices. right? We have seen in the earlier case that marketers also have to understand and keep a close eye on competitors' offering. So here going rate pricing is set based on competitors' prices. Generally, the firms selling commodities like petrol, NPK fertilizer, they used to follow this particular method. The last method is auction type pricing. Here, the highest price the buyer is willing to offer and lowest price the seller is willing to accept. And this is how the price is set. Generally, in C2C transactions, this kind of practice is followed. You must have observed on OLX, this kind of pricing method is used. Even in stock market, this is this particular pricing method is used. For example, at what price a buyer is willing to buy a company's shares, and at what price the seller are actually willing to sell the that particular company's shares. So this is how on stock market it is fundamentally auction type pricing is automatically followed, right? So these are the six methods of setting the price. The fifth step in the setting price, six-step process, six-step process. The sixth step is selecting the final price. The last step in the process. How do we go about it? We have seen those six pricing methods that we have discussed just now. Actually, these six methods of pricing helps company narrow down the pricing range. Right. In this case, for example, we have seen and we have discussed that demand helps in setting the ceiling price, cost helps in setting the floor price, and in between somewhere lies the price set by the competitors. So the range is narrowed down. Now companies have to actually fix up the final price of the products. Now, in doing so, while setting the final price, there are various factors like company's pricing policy, impact of pricing on other marketing activities, etc. are actually considered, and finally the price is set. So friends, I hope you have understood the psychology in pricing and setting the price, the six-step method. Try to again revise, take the example of a particular product and see for yourself how the price would have been set. This will make your understanding even more clear. In the next video lecture, we'll discuss about the price adaptation strategy. Thank you very much.